welcome to day number 1. Today is brewing day. Today I'm going to be brewing my homebrew. So I've got everything that I'm going to need right now out. The bottles and everything are still inside the box. Got my instructions, which are right here. I've got the booster, got the important stuff. The yeast is in here as well. I'm going to open this up. Brewer's yeast right there. And I've got my pot on the stove cleaned and ready to rock. So today, I've also got, this is what I couldn't find when I showed you guys the stuff yesterday. So this is the no rinse cleaner. So I'm going to use half of this stuff inside the keg, and then the other half will be for the bottles and the caps to get used once this is done fermenting, and put it into the bottling process. So right now, there's the spigot, like the washer and the nut, still in the bag. I'll open this up right now. And I'm going to assemble by using the proper instructions. So it says here that the washer has to go on the outside of it, and then that goes on the inside, and this goes on the outside. So somehow I gotta be able to put my hand in. You guys can see in here or not. The camera isn't the greatest. I just dropped it. So it's gonna go like that. The washer on top. Maybe I'll put the washer on first, just so it doesn't go. You guys are having a good day today. It's beautiful out today. We're having another gorgeous day here in Burlington. About high 20s. Alexa, what's the temperature today?
Right now, it's 23 degrees Celsius.
It's 23.
Expect a low of 18 degrees.
23 degrees Celsius.
Good afternoon.
Alexa, what's 23 degrees Celsius into Fahrenheit?
23 degrees Celsius is 73.4 degrees Fahrenheit.
So 73, which is very nice. So what I'm just doing right now is I'm just screwing the nut on here. Making the seal. There we go. You gotta make sure you don't over tighten it, but you want to hand tighten it with your hand. And then what it says on the instructions, what you want to do is you want to fill it up with water and let it sit for 15 minutes and make sure it doesn't leak. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to test it, I'm going to fill it with water, and then I'll get back to you. Alright, you guys, so I just wanted to come back here and just let you know how it is important to put the seal of the spigot and the washer properly on. Even after a couple minutes here, I've already seen some water leaking from it. So I'm emptying the tank right now, and like I'll show you guys in the sink here. I don't know if you guys were able to see, but there is some water just right under here. So somewhere here, either I tightened it too tight, or it's not on it didn't grab the hole properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty all the water out of the keg, and I'm going to try again. All right, so I'll talk to you guys in a little bit once hopefully the second time I get it, and this will be properly airtight and not letting any leaks in, because that's the important part. If it's leaking, that means everything that's inside the tank will eventually be just dripping right out of it, and you don't want that. All right, I'll connect with you guys in a little bit. All right, you guys, it's been the time allotted to airtight the spigot. There's no leaks. Yeah, it was the nut inside. I didn't have it on properly, and I have now fixed it. There's no leaks. It's been sitting full for a little bit with cold water. So now we're into the process of step 2, which is the cleaning. So we have to clean the inside of the keg using the no-rinse cleaner. And as well as I'm going to be cleaning and sanitizing my tools. So I'm going to use the can opener, which has been, I've washed it by hand under the hot water, but I'm going to put it in the sanitizer rinse, and that's going to be sanitized and be able to use, as well as I'm going to use this just for mixing everything together when it's in the pot with the extract and the booster. So it's all going to go in the pot, and then I'll pour it from the pot into the keg. So I've got my tools here ready to get cleaned. Let's get ahead and start rinsing and cleaning out the keg. Alright, and I'm back. I've just took out all that water that was in there before from making sure the spigot was airtight. I've filled it up to line 1, which is at the back of the keg here. I don't know if the camera will be able to pick it up or not, because it is daytime. But the water line is at line 1 with warm water. So that's good. I don't want to use all of it. You want to use about half the package. That's what it says. So I'm just going to open it just a little bit, just so I'm still able to seal it up, because I want to be able to. You got to be able to use it for the bottles. And I'm just going to sprinkle this in here. Maybe a little bit more. There. That's about half. Okay. And then it says here, once you get the package in there, half of it, screw on the lid, makes contact with the entire keg. So what you want to do is you want to swish it around, make sure that liquid gets everywhere. Make sure you have your lid on tight. I guess my lid isn't on tight, which it is now. There we go. And it says you want to do this for at least 2 minutes. Okay. And then allow it to sit for 2 minutes. So that's what I'm going to let it do now. I'm going to let this sit for 2 minutes. And then I will swirl it again. Alright, I'll see you guys in about 2 minutes. And welcome back here, everybody. Welcome to step 3. Step 3 of this process is called brewing. So right now we have the spigot. The spigot is on. The keg is cleaned with the sandy rinse. I've got my utensils that I'm going to be using for the brewing process in there right now, being immersed in the water. We're now ready to do brewing. I've got my clean pot here. I've got my measuring cup. I've got the wort stuff in the can, which has been under hot water. It's now ready to go. So what it says here in the instructions, it says you're supposed to get 4 cups of water, and you're going to put it in the larger pot. If you have a Mr. Beer kit, like a starter's kit, like I got for Father's Day, it came with a booster pack. You're going to put the booster pack in the water and dissolve it. And then after it's been dissolved, you let it boil, and that's when you add the canned malt. It's like kind of looks like a molasses color, and you're going to add that into the water, and you're going to let that mix thoroughly. And then once it's done boiled for a bit, that's when you put it in. So that's what the process is going to be for brewing. So let's get our 4 cups of water added to the pot, and let's get the stove on. go. Got my 4 cups of water. And like that. I'm gonna grab the boost stuff that it's already got, and my my hot bowl of utensils that I'm gonna be using, and I'm gonna bring that to you because I didn't bring it with me. So you're supposed to add this slowly while stirring it into the cold water. So I've got the water in here. Attach scissors. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is what it looks like. It just looks like sugar in there. So it says here, if you've never used one of these before, it says the booster is designed to increase alcohol content and body without the dry, cidery taste that comes from using cane sugar. It includes both fermentable and unfermentable sugars that are designed to imitate the carbohydrate profile of all malt wort. It will add approximately 1.3 alcohol per volume when used to supplement a Mr. Beer 2-gallon refill or recipe. So I'm going to add that slowly. Yeah, it just looks like sugar. Okay, so that is in there. I've got my whisk that I'm going to use, and I'm just going to mix it into the water, dissolve it. Alright, so that's now dissolved, and I'm going to turn on the heat, and I'm going to let this boil for, it doesn't really say on the package here on the instructions how long it should boil for, but once you start seeing the water boil, then take it off the heat. Alright you guys, well I'm going to let this boil. And when this is done boiling, I'll come back and I'll pour in the actual can, which is in the sink here. All right, we'll connect with you guys in a little bit. Hey everyone, welcome back. So as you guys can see here beside me, the steam in this water is now boiling. It didn't take that long, actually. I have had it on about, not max, I didn't have it at max heat. I had it about a 7, just between, yeah, it was about a 7. And it didn't take long at all. So what it says now in the instructions is once it's boiled, you take it off the heat. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to turn the stove off. I'm going to bring it off the stove, have it beside me, and I'm going to take my can opener, and I'm going to open the can of brewing extract. I don't know if you guys just heard that. That's the can opening. Let this thing do its thing here. I've had the can opener sitting in the can as well. Measuring cup there. And here you go, guys. This is what the brewing extract looks like. For well, I almost tipped it out of the jar. I don't know if you guys can see in here. This is the Canadian Blonde that I'm doing right now. So I'm gonna pour it in there before. Kind of looks like a caramel color. I'm going to use my whisk or my spatula, and I'm going to scoop it all out. Because I want all of it in the can. So this is what is called the wort. I don't know why they call it that, but that is what it's called. So it's the booster and the brewing extract, which has all the hops and barley and everything in it, all the essential stuff, the extract. Okay, so I've cleaned out the can. I've got it, just going to scrape the sides here because there's some stuff on the side. Put that behind me. And I'm going to mix this up. So I'm going to stir and mix it, thoroughly mix it. While I'm doing that, I'm going to turn on the tap. You're supposed to use like bottled water, spring water, but I don't have any. So I'm just gonna use very, very cold. Our tap water here in Burlington is pretty good. Some say it's the best water in the area, so I'm gonna go with that. I know it's filtered and all that good stuff, so I'm gonna trust it. So I'm thoroughly mixing this here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the keg and I'm going to fill it with line 1. And then I'll pour this in there, add some more cold water, and that's when I'll add the yeast and close the lid, and that's it. That's all we're going to be doing in this video. Alright, I'm going to get back to you guys when I pour this, because I'm going to continue mixing and let the water get very cold. Alright, so I'm back. Hello everybody. I've filled up the keg to line number 1. I had to pour out some water just because it was over quite a bit. So now I'm going to pour the wort into the hole here on the top. I still have the water running. And I'm going to fill it up the rest of the way with the cold water. Okay. And then I'm going to add some more water to line 2. So it's just filling up now to line 2 behind me here. Definitely takes a long time to fill this thing up. Okay, we're just about to line number 2 now. There we go. So then finally what it says, what you're supposed to do is mix it with the spatula and just don't touch the sides of the keg. So mix it for a few minutes. Get that out of the way. And just mix. I'm going front to back. And I'm not touching the bottom, I'm not touching the sides, and I'm not touching the top of them. Just going side to side, or front to back, sorry, just like you were if you were paddling a canoe. Just gonna mix it. You guys over here so you guys can see. So. So just mixing it, and then once it's done, once you think it's done, you've done this for a couple of minutes. That's when you're going to add in your yeast. All right, so that's good. Take that out, put it in there. I'm going to add my yeast, you guys, which is right here beside me. So I'm going to open this up. And it just says sprinkle the yeast on. Kathy's on the phone right now, so I'm going to wrap this up, you guys. So yes, just sprinkle it. and that's gonna do its thing. And then I'm gonna grab my lid and seal it. So grab the lid. Ow! Stepped on the cat food bowl. And I'm gonna seal that. All right, that is it. The brewing process, the cleaning process, and the setup is all ready. I will see you guys in 3 weeks for the next step. All right, you guys all take care. Thanks so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, this is the first time you've actually watched one of my videos, please do hit that subscribe button down below. Give the video a thumbs up, and share the video, share the content out. I like making these kind of videos. This is a cool video because I get to reward myself in about 6 weeks with some homebrew beer. So looking forward to showing that process with you guys. I will have some videos in the next few days, just because it's nice out right now. But yeah, if you guys want to continue watching the brewing process of the Mr. Beer product, I'll be back with another video in 3 weeks. Alright everybody, have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Be happy, stay happy. Bye for now.